Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to wait for people to jump in and join us for today for our conversation on how to not carry other people's baggage. So, welcome. If you're here, drop a message in the chat so I can say hi. We're going to let other people trickle in, and I hope everyone is doing well on this Sunday. So, today we are talking about how to not carry other people's baggage. So, I want to talk about how to not carry other people's baggage because I want you all to be living the most embodied version of love, abundance, and just a life of ease that you can have. But that's only possible if we stop being bag ladies. So, what does it mean to be a bag lady? A bag lady is someone who carries the unchecked, unprocessed, or unhealed thoughts, behaviors, fears, dreams of other people, right? So, we only need to carry what's ours, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So, oftentimes when life is about our relationships with other people and ourselves, when we're often interacting with other people, there are times when people might, throw some slight shots at you or shady comments or redirect thoughts about themselves onto you. And the key is knowing in those moments when that happens how to stop, pause, and understand that this is not about you, right? And that's what we're going to talk about briefly today. Because at the end of the day, all of us in this life, we are all constantly walking the line between what we've been through and who we're trying to be. So that's why it's really important that we are always mindful of how we're letting other people impact our energy, impact our spirit. Because no matter what someone says, we don't have to absorb it. So we've talked about how there are times when someone can just make negative comments. And that's a pretty easy, we don't need to accept that. We don't need to take that in. We can let that person walk away in peace. Oh, hi, Ashley. Thanks for joining. It's good to see you, Ashley. How's your Sunday going? So, when people come at us in that way, we're talking about, again, for folks to just join, how to not carry other people's baggage because we do not want to be bag ladies. And bag ladies, again, I'm going to say the definition, are people who are carrying the unchecked, unprocessed, or unhealed fears, thoughts, emotions of other people. We only have to carry what belongs to us, no matter how much pressure we feel or whatever. And Ashley, you say you in bed having a good that is what Sundays are for, Ashley. So I'm happy for you and thank you for popping in today. I want us to practice as we're going through life, understanding when you're having these thoughts about yourself, they could be negative or just things that don't fit right in your spirit. Is this coming from me or is this someone else's perception that I have now taken in? Does that make sense? And welcome to those who just joined as well. Feel free to pop in and join the chat, join the conversation. Um, and the reason why I think conversations like this are really important is because when we think about liberation, right? Because my goal for us is that we all live fully liberated lives. But a lot of liberation is also about freeing ourselves from things that we've put on ourselves, right? So there's freeing ourselves from things other people have put on us, but there's also freeing ourselves from things that we put on ourselves. And a lot of those are, again, thoughts, feelings, and behavior that don't align with the direction that we're trying to take our life. And understanding where we're getting those from. And sometimes it can be family, sometimes it can be systems, sometimes it can be friends, it can be partners, relationships. Even if someone loves you, it doesn't mean that what they're imposing on you is for your greatest good. And it's up to us using discernment to understand that when it happens. And so we need to make sure again that we are not we're not carrying those baggages because at the end of the day, we can only do our work. We cannot do the work for other people. So let's say someone you have a dream to be an artist and you have a really loving parent who believes that artists can't make any money, like you have no future if you do that. And it may come up from a position of love, like they want to see you do well, they want to see you have a prosperous career. But at the end of the day, you have to use discernment to understand if their fear, if their mental model of the way works actually aligns with the way you want to live your life. Because at the end of the day, and we've talked about this before, it is only you who has to live your life, who has to wake up every morning and do your job, go through your day, be in your relationships. And so the only things that we can afford to carry in our life are the things that we need to heal for ourselves. And when we do heal those, we end up healing our family, we end up healing generations. So it all works out. But the first step again is just knowing if you're carrying something that is really yours to carry. Because sometimes it's really exhausting. It's exhausting to be a person in this world, exhausting to be a woman in this world. It's exhausting to be a woman of color in this world. But sometimes, again, we're exhausted because we're carrying things that we were never meant to carry. And that's part of the lesson here. So I guess my takeaway for today is look at yourself, look at your spirit, and today reflect, what can I drop right now from my mind, from my heart, from my spirit that is not mine to carry? Drop it today. Drop it today and feel lighter immediately. And that's when you'll know again, it was never yours to carry. So this message can be a bit redundant because I just want to tell y'all, like, don't be a bag lady. Stop carrying other people's baggage and stay true to yourself. But that's really the core of the message. So I'm actually not even sure I need to be on this live too long because I think you guys probably understand. And hello to the people who have just joined. Feel free to drop a message in the chat to say hi, or any questions that you have. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like, I want you to be well, and I want you to be free of things that you've also put on yourself from other people. So I hope this was an encouraging word to someone who needed it. While you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm gonna do a better job of being more consistent with these Sundays so that we can get our usual our word in on Sundays, because I know it's been helpful to a lot of you. But I think that is kind of it. And oh, look who joined. Oh, giving God glory. Blessings to you, and thank you so much for joining. Yes, it's good to have you back in the chat. I think that Sundays are a really fantastic day to recharge our spirits. And so a message like this today is a reminder for all of us, including myself, to start the week with an empty load, right? Like, things are going to pile on throughout the week as it usually does. But how do you make sure today we are dropping the baggage that is not meant for us to carry? And again, we have people we love in this world. We have people we want to support, people we are fighting for. It does not mean we are here to carry their baggage. We can help them with tools on how they can heal and process and support them and be a cheerleader for them as they're going through their processes. But especially, again, especially as women, especially as women of color, we have to know when our load is full, right? We only have two hands. We can only carry so much. And so my hope is for that this community, starting the week, we do so with light hands. We do so without a strain on our back. We do so without being bag ladies for other people. So that is really the core message for today. So I'm not going to stay on too long. And we had another message. I definitely need to work on leaving others, people's mindset and opinions of me. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Thank you. I'm so glad this is helpful. You're hitting the nail on the head. We cannot be held back by other people's fears. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take it a step further. We also cannot be held back by other people's dreams for us. If someone has a dream and they put that on us out of love, like, "Oh, I really think that you should follow in my footsteps and do XYZ, or this helped me do this," that is fantastic. But again, if it is not aligned with the direction that we wanna take our life, it is not serving our higher selves, our greatest purpose, then it goes in the same box as the negative energy because it's not aligned. Um, I'm glad that was helpful. Yeah. So, like, spread the good word to people that at the end of the day, it's between us, and if you believe in a higher power, it's between us and God, us and our higher selves, us and source, us and the universe. We need to have the discernment to know what is for us and not for us, even if it comes out of love from other people, even if it comes out of concern from other people. And so I think that's really what takes us to the next level, because sometimes it's hard to walk away when you know someone is putting pressure or putting opinions on you because it's out of care. They know, you know, they care for you and they know they love you. But guess what? Your spirit's going to resist if it's not for you. And you got to listen to that voice that's telling you no. And it's okay. Because one of the greatest signs of unconditional love is when you let people make their own decisions, even if you don't agree. That is unconditional love. Unconditional love is not control. So when you see people you love trying to control your decisions, that's a sign that the love may not be perfect. And that's okay because we are not perfect people. But unconditional love will make it okay for you to reject someone else's opinion, the pressure, the thoughts that they're putting on. You can reject that. That is in your right. So, Um, yeah, I think I think that was a lot for today. I wanna thank y'all for joining. I'll be back again, same time next Sunday with another mini word for you all. I hope it was very helpful, and I hope you all have an easy week, a stress-free week. I hope things come just easy into your life and you have a peace that comes beyond your own understanding. So that is my hope for you for the next week, and thank you so much for joining. So hope you have a great Sunday, and thank you so much. Bye.